Dr. Bartner's second year, we were still a small band, but the wall of sound that came from that band at that time, I just froze. I had never heard anything like that or participated in anything like that. And at that point, even though we were just beginning, I knew we were starting something special.
I saw the band and I literally lost my mind. The band is the reason I came to USC, fully, I came to USC to be in the band.
I'm so lucky I found this program. It's actually changed my life.
The band was a lifestyle. Seriously, it became my life.
And I remember hearing people say, look, she's in the band. She's in the band. It was like, oh, yes, I am. I mean, all of a sudden, I had this identity that I was part of something really, really big.
His passion to make this such a great program hasn't wavered in 50 years.
Passionate. I would say passionate is probably the most important word when describing Dr. Bartner. He has passion for basically every single thing that he does, and it gets just turned up to 10 once he's on the ladder and he's got that whistle around his neck.
And as he's walking away, the quads just start playing tribute as he's walking away. And I had no idea what was going on. I was just trying to follow along. And then I think that is a good first impression, because it shows the level of respect that, everyone has for him in the band.
Even being here for one short season, you come to learn that a lot of the band is Dr. Bartner. They're one and the same. You can't have one without the other.
Dr. Bartner is Dr. Bartner. there are no sides to Dr. Bartner. He is who he is. He is the man on the ladder.
Being a section leader for 2 years and then being operations manager, you have to work with a lot of people and making sure that everything's getting done. That's gonna help me for forever. Just knowing how to work with people.
I became the band manager in '75. So he had faith in me, he gave me the opportunity, and actually he spoiled me because when he found someone he could trust, he let you run with it.
I think that's why the band succeeded for so long, because he's very, very open with student leadership. And so I definitely think that the biggest lesson that Dr. Bartner has probably taught me is just to be honest and upfront at all times.
I think what Dr. Bartner reinforced with the band is that, look, if the team's out there working and giving everything they have for their team, the band needs to be doing the same thing. And I think that's really one of the overriding messages that really he instilled in the program.
What Art kind of taught me, or taught the band, I guess, is that you got to move on. You can't just sit there and mope. I mean, we're sitting there just devastated. I don't know how the man would pick up the energy even after such a crushing defeat. Let's go, we got to play, and that was pretty intense.
It taught me what it means to fight on. Fight on means a lot of things, and it means the most when things aren't going so well, when you need to find that grit, the willpower to keep moving forward. When things aren't looking so good in my life at large, I understand that if I keep fighting on, there will be something good around the corner.
The band has been my family for years, for all of these years, and we still are.
I knew that I was surrounded by my first 300 friends at the university. It was a very welcoming atmosphere.
And it didn't matter what section you were in, what years you played, or what gigs you attended. It's that bonding that can't be replicated anywhere else.
People from 1971 on have resurfaced, and you've been able to reach out to them. And what I particularly love is, even if there was a gap, in one case some 30 years, you pick it up right like that.
When I got married, 2 of the guys that were in the drum line were in my wedding party.
I met my husband at band camp, but we were friends for quite a long time.
Well, I'm married to a former band member. We were both in the mellophone section, so that was something great.
I was a freshman in 1972, a freshman baritone horn player, and I met Donna's brother, Jeff, who was a clarinet player.
And we did march together 2 years in the USC band, and we married in 1976.
Right after graduation. And we started our family, and of course we were big USC band supporters. He was a trumpet player, and he got him into the band, and lo and behold, when he was a junior, he became the drum major, which was something pretty special for somebody for parents who were in the band.
And then Daniel met his wife, Sarah, also a flute, also in the USC band, also 2 years behind her husband. And they married in 2012 and have 2 little girls. So hopefully they'll follow the footsteps too.
So I think I was one of the first or second classes where they had spring admits at the university, and I got in and joined the band right away. My first semester before I went to USC in the spring, I went to Chapman University. I had a big scholarship, and I met my then boyfriend, now husband, who was also in the music program. And in the spring, I went to USC, and he stayed at Chapman and continued on there as a music major as well. And he started the pep band that they have. It was a good little group of kids, and they loved playing at all the football games. And Jake, having run it himself, did his own arrangements for that band. And I played it and listened to the group and thought, hey, there's really kind of something there, but I think this could be even better if you met with Tony Fox up at USC. He's a really nice guy. I think he would, kind of show you the ropes writing for a bigger band, give you some pointers, and on the side, it's another reason for him to come up, and then I'd get to see him. So that was also a benefit. He applied to grad school, got in, and we were in the band together for 3 years. And he continued on with the band as a TA, and then was arranging under Tony and doing part of the arrangements. And then when Tony Fox retired, Jake took over for him as the arranger of the marching band. And then finally, after a long, long search process, he is now the director of the Trojan Marching Band. Of all the people I've known throughout my career as a musician, and also just in my personal life, knowing a lot of different musicians, a lot of my family members are musicians, and I was a music major for my undergrad, that of all the people I've met, my husband is probably the most talented musician I know. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the director of the Trojan Marching Band, my husband, Jacob Vogel.